Hello there guys, and welcome back to Endless Space. One of the things we have discovered is that space isn't endless. Or at least this little bit of the galaxy isn't, because we have already uncovered quite a bit of it. So we've pretty much found the four arms. We have another United Empire down in this corner. We have the automatons over to the right here. And then over on the left we have the amoebas. Now, there's two things that we really need to concentrate on doing quite quickly. First of all, we need to establish some sort of foothold in the centre here, in the core part of the galaxy. And secondly, we also need to start trying to do a little bit of invasion on the automatons. Problem that we have at the moment is my ships don't have any kind of invasion power, so we are going to need to work on an invasion fleet. And we're going to have to do that quite quickly. Let's have a quick look at the state of things as far as tax goes. We could get a little bit of extra production out of people without making anybody too unhappy. Mirror is going to be a little bit unhappy until we get some appropriate tech. So let's put those taxes up just a little there. Now we're going to have a quick look at our ships and see if we can actually build a ship that has any level of ability to capture a planet. So we need, I think it's a support module. No. Special modules. How do you invade now? Have they changed this? Maybe we just lack the technology, which is a very, very real issue here. Civilian population. What's that? Oh, yeah, that's for the colonization. Fine. Okay. So, landing troops. See, these are new as well. Troops. Didn't used to have those before. Troops can participate in an invasion. Obviously, we're limited to what type of ship we can put them on. We obviously don't have them available. Let us have a quick look at the science and see what we need to do to get some sort of invasion going on. Try and remember what part of the tech tree. It's probably going to be up here, actually, because these are our sort of ship upgrades and such like. I can't see it at the moment. Wow, this isn't going to help. What do we have here? Support module bombs, special module troops, specialized infantry training, equipped to participate in ground invasion of star systems. Where are we? Star system improvements, coordinated fleets. I'm obviously missing something somewhere. Star system improvements. But I am struggling to find the option that allows me to invade other worlds. And that is something that we desperately, desperately need to be able to do. Ah. Can't see the icon anywhere. Clearly must be missing something. It must be one of the relatively early techs also, because I can't see it taking too long to be able to get to that. That would be very, very silly if it were the case. Cruisers can also work towards. Dear. Which we probably should do anyway. Well, we're going to allow things to continue to progress. Okay, what do we have here? You're not doing anything. We can't attack with you. You have done all you can do on this turn, but we're going to leave them there for now. We can and will reinforce later. So let us end the turn. So we have had a hero promotion, and it's this guy who is on one of our planets. We can go and level him up now. So we've got Director to give him extra labour. Let's go and give him the third level of that. Give him another +4 labour. We'll really start to increase the production on the Gycon, which is where he currently is. Just notice that Athero isn't actually doing anything at the moment. What I really should do is I should always have one of these things queued up so that additional production is turned into either research or dust when it runs out of production. Should always have one of those there because they go on for good, basically. Colonize Tundra, or we could colonize one of these two planets. We probably should colonize this one here, actually, as soon as we can. So let's do that and move that to the top. It's only going to take 1 turn. Will give us a bit of extra production. Let's go and have a look at our other systems while we're at it, just see what they are doing here. So nothing there that I want to colonize right now. Gaikon, there's nothing else here we can colonize, which is a bit of a pain. We are still producing ships. We'll queue science up for when that is done. Now, we do have a few ships that are being produced here. We have another Shadowhawk class ship there, and another one there. We are still building a couple more. We will get them down to reinforce the fleet. What I'm going to do, though, is I think I will just create these fleets, although they may be fleets of single ships, but at least then I can start to get them down here for a bit of backup. So we have completed our constructions, but we've dealt with that. We have some science to do. So we now have better movement on our ships and a better movement across the fleet. Obviously we need to upgrade to be able to do that. Planetary exploration also gives us +2 science per population on various types of planet. And now we're working on specialized isotopes. So we'll dismiss that for the time being. We've got some ships moving around because we're still doing a little bit of exploration around. Don't want to go too far into enemy territory, but we do want to have a little look and see what we can find. We have arrived in enemy territory here, but the good thing we have is that they don't have a ship around the planet currently, which means we are absolutely fine. Yeah, we don't have the option to invade. Must be at war with the Empire, but I still don't think we can do that anyway. And there's another one of their planets, and instantly we get into a fight. Now, it's only a scout, so we're going to do what we usually do and run away. Let's do it on auto. Might lose the scout. Oh, the scout actually survived. Quite surprised there. But we have managed to uncover a couple of their systems. We found their home world anyway. So there's some more production complete. We will go to Myra. We could now have defense on star systems, but I'm not necessarily sure that we need it there. So we're going to go to science and start getting some decent techs, hopefully, if we can. Now let's have a look and see what we got tech-wise. We've got nothing queued up for our research now. We really need to find something that's going to help with invasion, if at all possible. Well systems increases dust conversion rate from production and increases it quite dramatically. That would be very nice to have. But I think there are much better things that we need to be getting right now. Extra gold, or extra dust I should say, would be very, very useful. Interplanetary transport networks, which is again extra production on certain types of world. Tactics, always useful. But we could do with a ship upgrade or two. Damage control center. What's the best thing to go for? We're going to go up this route, I think, for the time being. So let's just do that. And get ships moving where they need to be. As I've said before, I'm not really sure what I'm doing. It's been so long since I've played this game. I'm kind of just almost guessing at what I'm supposed to be doing and where I'm supposed to be going. So things could end up going very wrong. We've got a couple of defender ships there. They are going to stay there and hopefully stop anything that might come through. We do need to get some of our colonization ships down here and get some of these planets actually colonized. I'm sure I built a couple of colony ships. I'm just not entirely sure at the moment where they are. What do we have here? That is probably just a... Oh, it's a Shadowhawk class ship. And there's a colony ship there. Now, one of these planets we were going to colonize, or at least one of these systems we were going to colonize. Terran, Arctic, and Arid doesn't give us an awful lot. We get a fair bit of science on that Arctic planet, actually. I know there was one down here that I did look at the other day, and I really decided I wanted to get it. And it's probably going to be this one. Now, it's a little bit risky because it is the other side of this gate here, but I think that's where we need to start with. So we are going to take our fleet, which has the... what we are going to do... I don't know... Okay. we are going to take these two fleets here. We are going to merge them together into a single fleet, and we are going to move down to here and colonize there as soon as possible. We are going to take our remaining Shadow Hawkian ships and get them down hopefully somewhere safe. Let's go on to the next turn. Completed construction. So we've got another Shadowhawk class ship there. We are going to need another colony ship though. What do we have here? Let's create another fleet with those. And we're going to move them down to Ursa for a bit of protection in case the... are these the amoebas? Yep, so the amoebas can't come through. And we are going to queue ourselves up another colony ship. Let's just move that to the top there. Let's get everyone making their moves. Some ships are going to be going back to defend. Got a lot of ships that are not doing anything. You guys are going to stay there and you are going to blockade. Scout has arrived there. Not too sure what that scout's doing. You can come down there and just uncover that planet because it hasn't been discovered yet. We have our colony ship on Nis now. Is that one of the ones that I was going to get? It could well be. Small tundra and medium Arctic. Just give us some science there. Or should we go for here? I think, to be honest, we should get both of them. We should be going for Nis, we should be going for Seginus, and we should be going for Fidus. So we are going to do all of those. So let's take our colony ship and we will colonize the... Now, what benefits do we get? +3 production per person on the planet. Or +2 gold and 2 science per person on the planet. Let's go for the... They both hold the same amount of people, so let's go for the tundra for the time being. So that's that done. We now have another planet set up. And obviously we can instantly start production here on this planet. So the first thing we are going to do is go for an exploitation. And what we are going to do is go for... What's that? It is tundra, isn't it? So we can get an extra 1 production per person on the planet. So let's get that done. And get back out of there. And then after that, we will go for... We're on tundra. Another +1 production. And what else can we get out of that? 25 defense. Might be worth having defense on these planets, actually. But we're not going to need growth too quickly. Because we have very small planets. But we will want... a lot of extra gold. And we'll get planetary defences there, and we'll come back and review that a little bit later on. Can we get a bit more out of taxes? Not ideally. We would be losing quite a lot of stuff there. Let's leave that as it is for the time being. Ship-wise, okay, these guys, we're in their system, so can't grumble too much about that. That's just my scout. I'm surprised it even survived. At least we know how far out they are now. I can no longer pass back this way because that is going through their territory, so I'm going to recall my scout. And we've got these Shadow Hawkian ships here, which are going to move down and blockade. We should be able to merge these two fleets together. Merge. And blockade. Brilliant. So that should stop anybody getting in through this little corridor here. Let's go on to the next turn. So we have completed our science. One thing I do need to check, actually, and... Okay, 2 things. First of all, research. We do need some form of research. We could research fighters. That would be quite useful. Or we could go for better protection. Isotope fabrication, which gives us mainly the short-range stuff. And it does require hexaferrum, which I don't think we actually have any at the moment. Right, let's go for particle scanning, because that will allow us to get a little bit of extra dust on a few of the planets, and then we can go down towards infinite supermarkets, which help with happiness, so that seems like a good one to queue up, actually. It's only a few turns for that to be done. We have a fight incoming from an Moeba Fleet, and wow, that is actually quite a big fleet there. We could come out worse on this one. And I don't know if I've got anything that can back them up, to be honest. But I've got to do something. I've got to go in there and try and fight. So we're going to go for weapon overlock first. We are going to go for barrier. And then finally we're going to go for short circuit, I think. Targeting, we want to take out one ship at a time if we can. Formation, we want our shield formation. And let's go in and have a look. We'll go to manual because we haven't seen the Moeba Fleet before. And this is probably where it's all going to go very, very wrong. So they have defenders. I mean, we technically should have the better ships, but they are in a stronger position. Just fingers crossed that we actually managed to pull this off. They do have a hero aboard their ship, though, which is why they have a much stronger fleet power. And they get the bonus. They went for magnetic field, so instantly they have the advantage because they won the little rock, paper, scissors minigame there. So this may not end well for us. We could lose a lot of ships here. Of course, I do have quite a few more ships around in the galaxy, which I am going to produce. Also depends on the tactic they're going for. I mean, they could be spreading. We are trying to aim one ship at a time, so there's every possibility that we could do them some damage. We both broke even on the little mini game there, so no necessary advantage or disadvantage. As you can see, their ships are quite sort of logical in appearance. Lots more shooting at each other. Neither of us have lost a ship yet. Oh no, they are about to lose one. We are focusing down their ships. So this, and we've actually come off better on this phase, although we've just taken a huge amount of damage. So clearly they do quite a lot of damage up close. So we really need to be able to take them out in the long distance phase. Well, we've lost a ship and they have lost a ship. They had a fleet size of 8 to start with. We only had a fleet size of 5. So the melee phase is about to be over. We've lost a second ship now. Unfortunately, they haven't lost another one, but that does count as a draw. And there goes my ship, which just leaves me with 3, but it's 3 that are almost fully healed. And we have... Right, what do we have that we could use that could be helpful? I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my little fleet here and split this. There is a way of doing it. Now this is Etta. If I go into my ships and go to... Where are you? Etta. Used to be a way to split these. Apparently not. But what do we have there? We have a Shadow Hawkian class ship. You're going to get there as quick as possible. You are a scout. You're not going to be any help to me. What do we have here? A couple more Shadow Hawkian ships. You're going to get there as quick as possible, but it may be too late. We're building a colony ship over here. What do we have in storage over here? Another Shadow Hawkian class ship. So let's get one of those over here as soon as possible. Now, can we actually invade? No, we can't invade because the defense... Oh, a defense fleet is orbiting this system. Maybe we can then. Maybe we can actually take one of these fleets out, or both of them. So let us attack. Looks like we are much higher up the pecking order here. So let us go for sabotage from the distance. Let us go for weapon disruption at the... Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? It's the same one. Weapon overclock if we get in close. Actually, weapon overclock in the mid-range is probably best for me, and short circuit on close. We are going to go for nosebreaker again in the shield formation. And let's have a look and see if we can take these guys out. So technically I'm fighting a war on 2 fronts now. Struggling with the amoebas a little bit, but if we can thin their fleet out, it's certainly going to help us in the later game. I mean, it is quite an interesting game, but the technology trees are quite confusing. It doesn't make sense. The one thing I like about Civilization 5 is you can look at the tech tree, you can mouse over stuff, and it's quite obvious what things do and what benefits they have. And I think because this is sort of future themed and things have strange names, it's often difficult to work out exactly what benefits you're going to get and what exactly you should be choosing. So, we have taken a bit of damage. Bear in mind, we didn't have a completely healed fleet when we started. And this is our fleet with our hero on. Now, what we could do is we could actually transfer the hero to the other fleet that is closer to the amoebas and use that for a bit of an advantage. But I'd sooner keep my hero here, I think. Again, taking a bit more damage. But we've got them down to 2. Still on the mid-range phase. Think we've just taken them down to 1, and indeed we have. Although we did lose out on the little mini-game, but this is the melee phase, and we've definitely got the advantage here. They are down to a single ship, who is taking a fair bit of damage from us. We do really need to upgrade our fleet, though. I mean, we are a nation that is pretty much based around domination. So we need to have better weapons, we need to have better shields, we need to have bigger fleets, and we need to have stronger ships. And I've got to try and do all of these while managing all of these planets and stopping the invasion coming in from the other side. But that is a win there. They don't have a defense fleet anymore, which means we can now actually start the invasion. We don't have any invasion power though, so I don't know if it's actually going to work. No, it's not. As you can see, it's going to take 999 turns with this fleet to invade the planet because we don't have any invasion power. There has to be a way of doing that, so we will have to work that out. Veteran would be nice. Engine tuner gives us a bit of extra speed. Max HP added to armor. Interception, deflection, minus 6% accuracy to enemy weapons. I think what we're going to go for, though, is the Veteran 1. So let's get that locked in there. We'll dismiss that. Science is on to the next thing. Let's get all fleets moving to where they need to be. Got to be really careful here. Now, what we can do, of course, is we can pull back to NIS to repair. We can also get NIS to build ourselves, actually, a ship or two. And if we go down to the bottom of the list, we can actually build them. Now, it's a little bit expensive. It's 193 dust per. But we certainly have the dust to do it. I'm going to get another one, actually. Do we not have enough? Don't quite have enough. That is a bit of a shame. But we do now have, or will have on the next turn, because it still takes one turn, 2 ships from there. You are a scout, and you're going to get out of there. And what do we have here? You are a scout. You are going to repair. Or are you? Should we just scrap you? I think we're just going to scrap it, actually. Gives us a bit of gold back, and then we can actually use that dust to go back to here and purchase that 3rd Shadowhawk class ship. So let's just end this turn, see what happens. We'll probably get attacked again by these guys. This actually looks like they've got 2 enemy fleets there. Now, one of them is quite weak. It's only got a strength of 300. But the other, and both of them have heroes on, which is quite annoying. Did it not allow me to end the turn? Did I miss something? No, we had a victory there. End turn. Waiting for the resolution of some battles. Oh no, we have another. He's got another fleet. So he actually wants to attack us again with another fleet. This could... No, that was the one we had. That's the other one. Now, this is his smaller fleet. But this smaller fleet does have a hero on board. But let's go for it. I can't remember what I went for last time, and I've gone and dismissed it. So let's go for Magnetic Field, let's go for Weapon Overlock, and let's go for Sabotage. We are going to concentrate on Nosebreaker again, and go for the defensive formation this time. And let's go and have a look at this. This will probably be the last battle. And this will probably end up with this fleet being wiped out. So as you can see, I had one fleet in orbit of this system, and the enemy had 2 fleets. So even though technically it wasn't a loss, it was a draw, but then he can just engage with his other fleet. So even though there's a limit to the amount of ships you can have in a fleet, you can have multiple fleets on one planet. But at least this means that we won the little mini-game there, so we get a bit of an advantage at the start of this fight. Of course, it is going to weaken us up if they decide to attack us with their fleet on the next turn. So I'm really going to have to start dealing with those guys very quickly. I think they're going to be the biggest threat out of all of the other races that we've encountered. They've already lost 1 ship, which is hardly surprising. Now, it will be quite nice if we can wipe all 3 of those out, because they've got a hero on board this fleet, so that will cost them a bit of money to get that hero back, to sort of heal them, if you like. Right, in the medium phase now, and we both went for weapon overclock, so neither of us really gets an advantage there. Again, one of my defenders has taken a bit more of a bruising this time around. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get rid of a second one of those on the second phase, which was unfortunate. Melee phase, we have both drawn even again. One of our Shadowhawk class ships is definitely taking quite a bit of punishment. We could be losing another ship here. And we definitely know that these guys are pretty lethal in the melee phase. There we go, we have lost another ship. The melee phase is about to end, and I don't even think we're managing to get them down to 1 ship. No, that's a real shame. So we've come out of that with a defender at half... well, 2 defenders left. We've lost all of our Shadowhawk pawn ships, which puts us down to a defender with half health. This is not good. And they want to attack us again with another fleet. There's not a lot I'm going to be able to do about that. I'm going to lose if I even attempt it, so I'm going to hit retreat and go to auto, and that should move me back off from that planet. So let us dismiss that. Now obviously we do have a fleet here that, if I can click on it, where are we? Is it going to allow me to select the other fleets? Hangar, there we go. Click on the hangar, click create. This injured fleet, how much will it cost you to repair? 145 dust, we do not have enough. We're going to keep these guys here for the time being, while everybody else tries their best to arrive there. Scout, what are you going to do there? You can just head out that way. Let's get the bonus from it, which we do. Plus 40 happiness on the system for 5 turns. And discovery of a wonder, perpetual flux. What does that give us? Due to its location with respect to nearby stars, dark matter, metal veins, planetary bodies, enormous magnetic flux traversing the planet, powerful enough to drive perpetual motion machines. So is that something that gives us... yeah, minus 15% industry cost improvements and minus 15% ship cost on system. So this would be a brilliant planet to have as an industrial planet, although it has no industry output to start with initially, which is a bit of a pain. Let's get ships to finish moving where they need to go. As you can see, we have another defensive fleet in here. It's only 1 ship with a power of 13, so it's probably just a scout. Might as well destroy that. I can do that quite easily. Obviously, while I'm invading, I can't do that. Might as well stop the invasion, because let's be honest, can't actually do anything without an invasion module on there. And our sciences are working through well. So let's have a look at production. Yeah, and this has finished its 3 ships, and it's working on the planetary exploration. That is about all I can do on this video. So next time, going to still work towards getting a module that allows me to attack this planet. I'll have a look, have to look that up and see exactly what I'm doing there, because I've completely forgotten how to get that. And we're going to try and amass a fleet up here so we can go and take these guys out, because they're being quite annoying at the moment. At least my happiness has shot up massively. I do not know why, but that means we can absolutely hammer the taxes up here. So let's go for that. Put the taxes up considerably. Everybody's still happy. Could put it up even more and everybody's still content. Let us go for that. What else have we got that's worth checking on? We see anything score-wise? We're still third on score. We are beating the Amoeba and the Automatons. Of course, the Amoeba may well end up losing a lot of their ships soon, so that would be good. But the other United Empire is actually ahead of us by quite a bit on score because they are being left alone to do their own thing. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Endless Space, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.